This is Dirt 4 on Xbox Series X, taking a look at the fourth main entry in the Dirt franchise. There's two spin-offs, there's Dirt Rally 1 and 2, and there's actually Dirt 5 after this, which I think is a pretty stellar title, and one you can see a review of on the channel if you want to learn more about that one, which focuses more on the arcade element of this experience, whereas this one still has more of a grasp on the simulation aspect of racing, alongside also offering that more arcade style as well. So what we're getting here on Xbox Series X is a 1080 resolution at 120 FPS. So that's right, it has a FPS boost, that means we get 120, and it's very smooth and feels incredible. Now YouTube can't support 120 and I can't record at 120, so hopefully you're kind of getting a feeling for what I'm talking about, because it does feel insanely fluid. And having this high level of frame rate on a racing game is just really awesome. It adds a lot to the experience, and it's definitely a great way to sort of get like a nice handling and feel a smooth sense of response to what you're doing and the reactions of your race as you're going along. You know, kind of getting those turns, those bends, feeling the track a lot better, getting that steering wheel where you need to go. Having that high frame rate is just awesome. So you also get auto HDR support here as well, which helps with the vibrancy and the visuals of the world, just the lighting and things like that. That's a lot of what it kind of impacts this game in that regard visually. So anyways, for the game itself, it is again something that is split between, do you want to do something more arcadey, or do you want something that is a simulation experience? You get to tune the difficulty and the settings for whatever you want them to be, and you get a variety of different ways to compete and play. This marshal stopping thing is really weird. There are also a variety of different modes, and we'll be talking about that as soon as we get into the next part of the race. So while this does have a certain focus on some rally elements, there is a lot of like more open type racing competing as well. It's not just the style of racer, and I think that's also why they kind of push to do a spin-off of Dirt Rally in that series, so that people can enjoy more of an intense rally sport, and to offer this more as an option for those that kind of want an arcade type experience. You know, not only in this one, but also in the one that kind of follows, where they lean into that even further. But for now, you still do get that nice balance between both of them, and I think it makes for a very great racing title. So I actually have a long history of playing the Dirt games. I initially started back with the original Dirt game. I rented it way back in the day, and you know, since then it's been a few entries, and I'm back in it with 4 and 5 and the rallies. You know, I actually reviewed a rally or two, so it's kind of just neat to be, you know, experiencing this game again, being back here and playing it and being like, oh wow, this is really neat to see some of the evolution of the series. Because I really do, I should have done a handbrake there. I really do think that Dirt 5 is a fantastic and just great racer. And I mean, this one's pretty awesome too. It definitely feels fantastic and handles quite well, which is great. Now, the visuals definitely don't quite hold up as well. I mean, there is a lot going on in the environment in terms of, like, you know, like the people, the density of the trees, the quartz. It's like a dynamic generation element too. It's if you go into certain like track setups, so that you can kind of tweak or fine-tune your race to a degree, and you know, choose like length and, you know, the difficulty of the style of the roads. And I think that's kind of a neat, you know, mix-up, is offering that sort of experience. I should have just kept going faster there. I actually really wrecked my time by... Oh, jeez. Okay, my bad. Sorry, I hit a person. Totally not cool. It's alright, though. It's totally fine. Anyways, on to the next one. So there are some other elements to the actual experience in terms of your environment, aside from just being a regular setup. You might get the rain, you might have the time of day change. You can kind of choose these if you go into the championship kind of competing area. I do wish there was more of an easier quick play type option as well that make it a little simpler, because you do really have a focus on career mode when you're out here playing the Dirt games, if you're getting what I'm talking about. So I guess it's got over 50, the most breathtaking off-road vehicles ever created. What? It's pretty cool. And like I said, you know, they give you those more technical details for racing, or they let you also play in a more casual capacity. It's really cool how that's handled here. Oh geez, that's not good. And we're just kind of showing off the different perspectives that you can race from if you want to have a different, you know, sort of handle on how this experience is done. try to show this off to the best of my ability. So let's take a more far back one. Let's close up on the road. So, you know, you can play it in more, I guess, even further simulation element if you want to do first person, which is kind of cool. But I usually like the third person, seeing the back of the car kind of roaming along. I think it's kind of cool just for like the aesthetics. But yeah, you know, it's actually like a very, very well done racing title, and I think for its time it was probably quite technically impressive, if that makes sense. I mean, even now, getting 120, I think in itself kind of makes this really impressive. And it feels really good, you know, just in terms of like responsiveness and that on the road. It's quite a cool thing to have available for us to enjoy all these years later. It really is neat that you can play so many of these different dirt titles still, since so many racing titles seem to vanish over the years due to like delistings and that. So for them to kind of, you know, almost protect these experiences and allow you to continue to enjoy them, I think that's absolutely fantastic. And I literally can't believe we're already at the end of this one again. Oh jeez, I thought we were kind of on an auto thing. My bad, guys. Definitely my bad there. Not a great way to go that way. So yeah, let's continue with our racing here. There are other locations visually in terms of places you go, but because I'm doing like the career mode to show this off, because that just seemed to be the easiest way to do things, you're kind of getting a look at this more like bland, well, it's not bland, it's colorful, but you know, this US location. There are other spots, and there are other vehicles, and there's like rallycross, and you know, it's not just the style of racing game. There is actually quite a bit to this one in terms of other options and ways to play. There is multiplayer, but I can't seem to connect to the racer nets. That might be a thing of the past at this point, just for like scores and stuff, which I think is kind of a neat integration. You also get the Dirt Academy, so this is kind of a good learning spot, the Dirt Academy, so that you can get like a grasp of different, you know, parts of the experience, learning some more technical type things if you actually want to, you know, get some more of the intense racing going on, fine-tune your skills. It's kind of like this neat sort of almost playground area. Not to be confused with the playground you get way later on that's way cooler in Dirt 5, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. It's a nice little training ground to get a better handle of vehicles so that you can compete and race better and have cleaner races, which I think is good. But you know, as much as I might be like, some of the visuals of this look a little, you know, muddled, or more like, I don't know how you would describe it, sort of like a crayon type look to it, something like that. I still do think it has a certainly nice visual aesthetic to it. I think the car looks pretty good. I think it still holds up decently sharp enough at this point. I mean, having the frame rate is really quite appreciated. I think it still visually looks fine with that, so it's kind of a nice, you know, balance between the two. Oh, that was not the greatest hand crank there, that's for sure. And there's other elements of like fixing your vehicles, dealing with damage, other elements like that, different competitive modes for playing, some challenge type stuff, more casual things. You get like a lot of choices in this one, how you want to compete. And then if you actually work through the career, I think you can, you know, unlock a lot of different stuff and work to be one of the best racers out there as you attempt to survive the challenges out there in the competition. But yeah, like I said, it's one of those games you just play a ton of, and it'll be pretty cool if they make other dirt titles more readily accessible as well in the future, just in terms of like either backwards compatibility or also through the Game Pass, because it's now under the whole, you know, EA Play type of thing, so you get the benefit of enjoying this one even at this current point in time. Oh geez. It's nice of them to make it available. I think that's kind of a really cool thing to have. Hey, Marshall guy, how you doing? Yeah, that was pretty intense, I gotta say, so we'll probably get another race going on here. Alright, let's continue on here. It looks like it's a little bit stormy on this one. But, let's race. And look, it's two of the same lady there on the left that are here to cheer me on. They must be sisters. My racer really enjoys hanging out with twins. Anyways, yeah, it's kind of a neat title, and I'm just mostly trying to show off how the gameplay looks and talking about the FPS boost, which was, I think for me, a surprising one. You know, I didn't necessarily think that they would be looking at racing games to do that sort of thing with, so it's quite nice to have this sort of title get that kind of option, you know, at least if you understand what I mean there. It's a really nice advancement and improvement for the experience. And you can play quite a bit of it. I mean, you can sit here and work through the different career options across the different, you know, classes of racing vehicles, so you get a variety of unique scenarios. Was that a drone that just went by? Maybe this is a lot more modern than I even think it is. Head of the game on the drones, that's for sure. Because I bet a lot of races kind of actually probably get filmed with drones these days. We did this exact track almost, I don't know. Oh, it feels similar when you're out here in, I think this is like Michigan or something like that. You know how it is. Tense trees, and I believe this is probably the fall season, right? The fact that you get so many colors like this. It's kind of a neat surprise, I suppose, environmentally. Yeah, pretty cool game. Lots to do in it. Lots of things to play, and it's just kind of cool to be showing it off, or while having an excuse to show it off. Okay, I am not good with corners in this one. That is for sure, but I will keep on racing on. Winning those trophies, you know how it is. Water splash. Yeah, this intense rally stuff is always entertaining to see, just in regards to like some of the head cards you get in this. Like, what are they saying? Sometimes it's just kind of funny. Guess I should have handbraked a little harder there. Not my best move on that one, that's for sure. Let's see if we can actually get that first place kind of target set up on this one. Hello, Marshall. I think that was a perfect park, wasn't it?
Hey, that went really well. Great stage. Good work.
Good work indeed. Thanks, lady. Really appreciate that kind of supportive comment. All right, let's finish this event strong here. This 2 out of 2 kind of event thing, 2 races. Should be exciting to see if we can pull it off here and win the big day. That's for sure. I mean, I don't really have much else to say about this one. You know, you've got a wide range of different vehicles, a wide range of different modes, and a selection of different level scenarios that can kind of change things up a bit. You know, I mean, obviously we're in the same type of area, but very much the track has been very dynamically changed each time we go at it. I think that's kind of a cool touch. It's very, very neat to be exploring this one. Seriously, that's what I think for a lot of these games. Years on down the line, I'm like, oh, it's kind of neat that I have a reason to go back and be like, taking a look at what this has to offer. Oh, I really thought I would be able to finally get that corner. That was not the case. It's going to be a tight race here to see if we can actually pull off the first place in this competition, you know, as I improve my racing skills and I get more used to the rally setup. I guess this is also why they have the rally, which is kind of funny, because I think some people in Dirt 5 are like, oh, it's too arcadey, whereas I really love what they did with that one. And then, you know, they still have this rally series, which is a lot more technically set up, a lot more simulated. So it's nice that they moved towards offering that kind of option, you know, difference between the two. I think that was a really smart move. And like I said, Dirt 5 is just stellar. Oh, jeez. Well, that is not going to be easy to buff out. That's going to hurt my time, too. Don't like this one bit. Keep on racing. Just the back end, just the bumper. No big deal. Always looks like this. I think I kind of messed up there with that bad turn at the end. Yeah.
Perfect. Good job. Well done.
I don't know about that. That was not the stellar ending I was hoping for. Or was it first place? Woo! And I figured we gotta have a little bit of fun with this one too, outside of the realm of doing something more serious, because Dirt is also about having a little bit of fun with the vehicles and causing a little bit of mayhem and a little bit of dirt. So here we go. Let's compete. So I should have gunned that a little bit harder. Oh, jeez. Yeah, switching the perspectives isn't going to help me. I'm used to having a rewind feature. These buggies do not drive the same as the other cars do. There's a lot of dirt going on. Okay, we just gotta restart this one because that was not going to plan. Is it going? Okay, here we go. Oh. Buggies are a little bit different. Oh, it's Razier. This is a very, like, modern type of game if you think about it, like, advertising-wise. Like, the logos and that are used by a lot of the companies still today. Okay, wow. That was rough. I guess that did not help me at all. I tried to do the handbrake turn there, but whew. Okay, these vehicles little hard to handle. Little bit testing my my ability to actually play and perform and race efficiently, but that's basically Dirt 4, I guess. Jeez, would I come back? I don't know. Probably not.